Would you like to know how to make a video go viral? And you're probably wondering, what's Nate's take on that? Well, I'm glad you're watching today's video because I'm going to share it. Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about two different things. The first is about making your videos go viral on YouTube versus the other thing we're going to talk about is amped videos. How to be real strategic and having your videos actually go flat at the beginning and then increase more and more and more. Now, what is an amped video? It's an acronym I use. A stands for automated, M is magnetic, and P is perpetual. So automatic, magnetic, and perpetual. It's not always easy, or sometimes you can't even predict if a video will go viral. But when you make a video that is an amped video, it always works. Okay, you can always be strategic with a video. When you follow that strategy, you'll eventually get lots of traffic, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me first show you a video that went viral. So this is Devin Supertramp. If you haven't seen this channel, you got to check it out. His videos are amazing and a lot of fun. This is the first video of his that I watched. It's a rope swing down at arches. It's an epic video. You can understand why it went viral. If you come down here and you click on more and then click on statistics, you'll see an interesting curve. Okay, you'll see that the video shot up and really quickly it got, let's say that's about 10 million views, and then it started to taper off. You know, it still grew because his channel grew so much. Something happened right here. I don't know if he did something to promote the video. Something caused it to go viral again and it jumped up, but then after that it's kind of tapered off. So pay attention to the shape of this curve. It goes up and then it starts to level off. Okay, now I'm going to contrast that on this video. So this is a video that I made with Chris Crone, how to invest in real estate with no money. If we look at that same graph, we come down here and click on statistics, you'll see an interesting green line. You'll see that right at the beginning it started out flat. Okay, and most people would be worried about that, but we predicted this. I knew that this would happen, and I'll admit I was predicting that this pivot point or this increase would happen April or May, and in this particular video it took until July before it really got traction. But it did get traction in July, and you see that it's been consistent since July, and then even in January we see an increase. So something else has happened, and I just won't go into the detail on that, but it's gotten steeper, and so now we're averaging about 6,000 new views on this video per month, and it's just picking up momentum. The other thing that's cool is you look at subscriptions driven. When we launched this video, this was the 4th week in, so this YouTube channel was brand new. There are no subscribers. Okay, 4 weeks in we had a handful of subscribers, but it was only, it was less than 100, and this video has been responsible for adding 454 subscribers to the channel, 130 of which have happened in the last month. So although we published this video a year and a few months ago, just in the last month this video has brought in 130 new subscribers. So the amped strategy has a growth curve like this. Does that make sense? So the viral growth curve shoots up and then starts to taper off, whereas the amped growth curve starts out flat and then starts to get steeper and steeper and steeper. Hopefully that visual makes sense for you. So is it bad if one of your videos goes viral? Absolutely not. That would be totally awesome. The thing is, you just can't predict it, and so you don't want to try and plan for it or try and predict it. You've probably heard the analogy of, if I were to give you a choice between taking $1 million right now, or I will give you a penny right now, and then that will double every day for the next month, and giving you the choice, would you choose the $1 million or would you choose the penny doubled every day for the next 31 days? Do you know the answer there? Okay, the answer is you'll get over $10 million with the penny doubling for a month versus just that $1 million. So the way that this analogy relates is I've seen people who've put all their effort and energy into one video, having it go viral, and even those that have gone viral, it has a short lifespan. It goes viral, it gets the company some results and some success, and then it just tapers off and dies out, and then they're all done. On the other hand, with a long-term consistent amped video strategy, you can predict your channel being successful and you can predict the views that your videos are going to get. Also, unless you have a huge budget to invest in just one video, say 5 or 6 figures to invest in the making of that one video, and then the budget to advertise and market it, I'd say don't even go there. Don't even try to go the viral route. Eventually you'll have a video that just naturally goes viral, and I would say that's a bonus, but let's be strategic. Let's go for that penny doubling every day approach. If you do decide to hire a video production company that's going to help you make a viral video, make sure you pick a company that's credible. This is going to be a big investment, and you want to look at their record. How many videos have they made for their clients, and then how many of those have gone viral. And when they say, 100 of our videos have gone viral, find out what that means. How many views did those videos actually get? And have them show you, not just tell you. Now, I've seen some great companies, video production companies, market themselves as companies that are really good at making videos go viral, but they base that claim off of one video. So make sure that you actually look to see how many videos that's worked, or if they just got lucky. So just think about the investment and the risk you're putting that investment to make sure that you're going to get a return on that, and how risky that is. When somebody pays me $52,000, they are creating 52 videos over the course of a year. And I say 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year. So just compare what you think. If you're going to invest $52,000 towards a video and the marketing towards a video to help it go viral, versus that same investment going towards 52 videos that have a strategy of pulling in lots of traffic, that amped video strategy that we talked about, that you can predict, that's predictable. You're going to get predictable traffic. 52 videos over the course of the year. Which one do you think is going to get you better results, especially better results long term? Amped videos always work. Once you know this strategy, it always works. All right, so here's a joker. He accidentally made amped videos, but yet he quit because he was expecting his videos to go viral, and they didn't go viral. I mean, you take a look at this channel here. He actually made 115 videos about a year and a half ago. So I'll sort these videos here by most popular so we can see the ones that have got the most views. How to add background music to your videos on YouTube. Let's go to that video, and I'll just skip ahead and I'll just play it here. You can see why I call this channel a joker, or this guy a joker.
You can add any of the featured tracks listed on the right side. If you know the name of the track, enter in the search box.
All right, so I just can't watch videos like that. But check this out. If I come down here, come to statistics, look at that growth curve. That is exactly what I teach and what I do. He was able to do that, but he quit, okay? After 2 months of launching 115 videos within a 2-month window, they quit. And you can see here, this one was published October 30th. So we go November, December, then they quit, January, February, March. April is when this video started to get traction, and now it's got up to 68,000 views. So if this person would have just spread those videos out longer or kept with this strategy longer, then they would have noticed some results and been able to keep with it. So an amped strategy really works. If you make quality content, smoke this guy, right? Make quality content around the topics that your audience is searching for, and it will work every time. Here's the cool thing. If you are an expert, meaning like a coach, speaker, author, trainer, okay, you teach people or people come to you for information, people are asking questions that you have the answers for. Now, they're asking those questions on Google, on YouTube, okay? Why not position yourself in front of them as that expert? Typical how-to style videos don't go viral so often. So just forget about going viral. Some videos naturally will over time, but if you focus on being consistent and strategic, these how-to videos will become magnets for the very people that you want to find. Now, whenever I've talked about consistency or having a long-term plan, what does that mean? I mean, so ask yourself, when I say, okay, you should have a long-term plan with your YouTube strategy, your YouTube channel, what time frame are you thinking of? Are you thinking of 3 months, making a video every day for 1 month? Are you thinking a year? Are you thinking 2 years? Okay, what do I mean? A couple years, okay? Think about a couple year strategy and pick a strategy, pick a style of videos and the content of these videos that you'll enjoy doing for 2 years, even if it didn't bring you in any revenue. Okay, what if for 2 years it brought you in no revenue and you wouldn't start generating significant revenue until that third year? Would you still be able to do that? That's what I mean by a long-term strategy. Create a game plan that you're going to be able to stick to for the long haul. Okay, there's two approaches that I want to talk about that most experts do. Now, these strategies are not bad, they're just short-term, okay? One is sprint and quit. So here's an example of sprint and quit, and I've seen a lot of people do this. They'll make a video every single day for a month, and then they quit. Okay, they stop making videos after that. They're hoping that their videos will go viral, right? And they put a lot of effort and energy. Their audience wasn't used to this beforehand, and so now they start getting bombarded with all these posts on social media or maybe these emails, and there's all these videos, and people are like, I don't know if I want to watch this. At the end of that month, people might start to get a sense of, okay, this person is serious about this, and that's when you stop. That type of approach will get you results, but it's not going to get you results in the time you're hoping for. I've seen so many people sprint for a month or 2 or 3 and then quit, and then another 3 to 6 months after that, they start to get traction and results, and by that time, you've long gone given up that strategy. Okay, the other thing that I see people do is they are great at creating consistent content. Maybe they put out a weekly video or a weekly blog or a weekly newsletter. Okay, I'll talk about this in terms of a newsletter because it just makes the conversation easier, but this certainly applies. That's how it applies to me on my YouTube channel. So let's say you put out a weekly newsletter. You've been doing this for years. Okay, so after a couple of years, that's 52 weeks a year, that's 104 emails. Of those 104 emails that you've sent out, which ones are being read the most? Okay, the ones that you most recently sent out, right? If you sent out something 2 years ago, is that email or is that newsletter being read? It's not. It's sitting up on the bottom of this pile of 104 emails or newsletters, right? So I just call this like the pile effect. You put out all this content. Now, is that strategy bad? No, it's a great strategy, especially if you've got a big email list or a big following, a big subscriber base on YouTube. If you just put out content weekly, your following is getting a lot of value. You're strengthening those relationships with your audience. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to do, to put out weekly content, to send out a weekly newsletter, okay? But you can tweak it just a little bit and make it so much more powerful. If you make these newsletters or these blog posts or these videos amped videos, then you can make them automatic, magnetic, and perpetual so that 1 year, 2 years from now, you're pulling in more and more visitors who have never heard of you before. Okay, these are people who have never heard of you before, that you made a video 2 years ago, that they are now finding you and subscribing to your channel. Your videos will get you way more results 1 to 2 years from now than they do right now, even if you have a big following, if you follow the amped video strategy. So now you're wondering, Nate, what do you recommend then? Well, don't expect your YouTube video to be a quick fix. I recommend having a very long-term strategy and being realistic with your goals. Now, many YouTubers are really excited about the prospect of bringing in advertising revenue, having YouTube pay them because they get so many views on their videos. This is possible, but I challenge you to be realistic. Look into how many views it really takes to get a decent income. You know, some people are getting millions of views before they have a substantial enough income that they can actually pay the bills. Now, I help my clients monetize their YouTube videos in a dozen ways. Okay, so YouTube advertising is just one of many ways that you can monetize this. Think of this like a business, and what services are you going to offer? You know, in what ways are you going to provide value to your clients or to your viewers? If you just want to put out great content and eventually have enough views so that you can get paid advertising revenue, it will work after a long time. Okay, it will work long term, but we might be talking 3, 4, or 5 years. And so just know that ahead of time, that you've got to plan on doing this for fun for a few years, just as a hobby, and know that you have to stick with it for it to really get traction. I'm not saying that it's going to take you that long, because there's 11 other ways that you can monetize this. Just build a business behind it and use YouTube in a powerful way, create amped videos, and you'll be able to make a living. I want to wrap up this video emphasizing consistency again. Be sure you're consistent in your theme and be consistent with your schedule. Create a schedule that's realistic, that you can keep for years at a time, okay? And then just stick to that schedule. And if you're consistent in that way, people will subscribe, people will start to watch your videos on a regular basis, and your channel will grow. So hopefully everything in this video made sense. If you have any questions about anything, share it in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer for you. I love helping my clients with these things. I often get hired for consulting on how to become a YouTube celebrity with strategies like this. So you came to this video wanting to learn how to make a video go viral, and I'm just giving you my opinion. I say don't even try. Don't even try. Make your videos great. I mean, put that same energy into all your videos, but have a strategy for long-term growth and success, and you'll thank me that you did. If you're interested in having my help on launching your YouTube channel with an amped strategy, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact details in the description below.